Shalom Uvracha. My name is Nathaniel Helfgot. I'm the rabbi of Congregation Nativot Shalom in Teaneck, New Jersey. I'm also the chair of the Department of Torah Sheba'al Peh in Riverdale, New York, and I've been a proud member of the RCA for more than 25 years. This week's Parashat is Parashat Emor in Chutz La'aretz, in Israel, in Medinat Israel. They read it last week, and hopefully soon we'll be able to catch up and be together on the same Parashat. Parashat Emor talks about the first parak, the first two prakim seem to focus on the Kohanim and their status and relating to the kedusha of the Kohanim. Then it talks about those Kohanim who are pasul to work in the Beit HaMikdash and in the Mishkan, and then talks about the achilat kodshim and all kinds of halachot related to the kodshim and the mumim, the blemishes that pasul a kohen, the blemishes that pasul a korban. And then all of a sudden the Torah shifts and pivots to talk about the Moadim, talk about the holidays. And the question, of course, is why that shift so suddenly in the middle of Parshat Emor to Perek Chav Gimel. The Ramban and others struggled with this question, and the Ramban offers a kind of technical solution that since the Torah finished Perek Chav Bet talking about some of the laws related to the Korbanot, it therefore moves to talk about the Moadim, because in the Moadim, the phrase, one of the phrases that's repeated is Vikraftem Yishel Adonai, that it talks about certain korbanot that are brought on the holidays. The problem with the Ramban's solution is that, first of all, not all the korbanot that appear or that are brought on the holidays are mentioned. Not only the musafim, which the Ramban struggles with, but some of the other korbanot are also not mentioned directly here in this parasha. Number two, the Torah mentions Shabbat here, and Shabbat, there's no mention of the korbanot of Shabbat here at all. There's no Vikraftem Yishel Adonai. And so others have looked to a different connecting thread to understand the relationship between all the various parts of the parasha. And it seems to be that the key word that repeats itself, of course, the key theme is the theme of Kedusha, V'lo techalu et shem kodshi. The Kohanim are not supposed to defile God's name. The repetition of the Kedusha of the Korbanot, the Kidashto, the Kedusha of the status of the Kohanim, the Kedusha of the status of the animals, that's the connecting thread. And then, therefore, the Torah then moves in Perek Chav Gimel to talk about not only places which are holy, and not only persons which are holy, and not only animals which have status of Kedusha, but also time. The Torah here introduces, in the context of the Moadim, which have already been mentioned in Parshat Mishpatim and have already been mentioned in Parshat Kitisat, but there's a new element that's mentioned here, and that's the element of Kedusha. Mikra'ei Kodesh. These are days of gathering of Kedusha. Days when we come together as a people and we connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we connect to His words, we connect to our experiences in history, and try to experience Kedusha in the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's not just place, it's not just things, but through our devotion to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in time, holy time, we can create a bond with the Ribono Shel Olam. And it may also be that that's also the element here of the repetition of the idea of Elem Moadei Adonai Asher Tikro Otam Mikra'ei Kodesh. The word Moed, of course, means appointed times, but it also means a meeting. As many have pointed out, the Torah, when it calls the place of meeting, the tent of meeting, it says Ohel Moed. It's the place, a place that's been assigned to meet HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's where we encounter the Ribono Shel Olam. And if we go back to Parshat Tetzaveh, the Torah says, Olat tamid l'dorotechem petach ol moed lifnei Adonai asher ivaed lachem shama. It's the place where I will encounter you. V'no'adati sham le'Yisrael v'nikdash bichvodi. Notice that in that pasuk, Moed and Kedusha come together. The place, the time, the place of meeting is a place where we encounter HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Kedusha. V'kidashti et ol Moed. And I will sanctify the ol Moed. Ela moadei Adonai asher tikrotam mikra'ei kodesh. In the time, in the place, we connect to the Ribono Shel Olam. We encounter the Ribono Shel Olam, and hopefully these are times which are transformed into islands of Kedusha in our regular weekday life. Shabbat Shalom, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.